Hi there, and welcome back to Goonies World. I am Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean, and with me, as always, is Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Hello.
And we have Goonie himself, also known as Colin.
Yeah, hello.
And surprise, once again, we have the good Dr. H, also known as Zach.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, I should say Lynn's taking a little break to deal with some stuff, and Zach has joined us, and we were glad because we've been wanting to have Zach on for a long time. I think this is your third time as a guest on Goonies World. Is that right?
I believe this to be my third time on Goonies World.
Maybe even fourth.
Yeah, because I actually was thinking about this earlier because we have Springs was your debut.
Yeah.
No. Because he played
Versus
Demon Lord.
Oh, yeah. Demon Lord. Okay.
Demon Lord.
But I thought
I did.
And versus Pirates.
Demon Lord.
yes, but
Oh, man, this might be my fifth time then.
Springs came first, I thought, before Demon Lord. Because
we did so many Demon Lords
We
and
did.
they're spread out so much. I guess it might have.
I'm pretty sure. And then, yes, and then he did like the third episode of versus Pirates.
Yeah.
He's our friend that we had to rescue.
Yeah.
And then he did the Robin Hood one.
Oh, that's right. That was a good one.
Sherwood.
Yeah.
Sherwood, yep.
So,
The good old pooper beep.
Yeah.
so long-time listeners will recognize our good friend Zach's voice. And, Lynn will be back probably whenever we're done with this particular series, which is, what, the Venusian Job? Is that the name of it?
It is the Venusian Job.
Yeah.
And when we left our potential heisters, I believe we were still at Mixie's Milk Bar, making some sort of plan to hijack some data from this computer guy who apparently works for a high roller named Nguyen, and you've recruited a buddy named, who's going by the name of Baby Ruth.
And we didn't recruit nobody, by the way. That was, yeah.
True. Yes, that was Laz, kind of after admonishing everyone to, keep quiet on the down low. He then proceeded to spill the beans about the job to this attractive young lady who seems to be in some manner of debt.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd actually said she was attractive or we all just assumed she was super hot. But because I was counting on that.
I actually don't recall if I said it or not, but the intent was that she was supposed to be reasonably, attractive sort of person, or, because you got to have some kind of hook.
Yeah, she's all right. She's not like showbiz, showbiz hot, the ball girls there on Foosball with the Stars, which I was on briefly. That was a good show. That's hot. This one's all right. All right for you, Les.
Well, I haven't been around ball girls before, so.
Yeah, you don't know what you're missing. All right. No. But anyway, what was so numbers? You saying you can get in there with some kind of drive, right? And this old fellow with the computer, he's doing some kind of work for a high roller. We figured that out. Some kind of mathematical scheming, maybe. If we could find out what's on there.
Indeed.
Yeah.
There is a high probability chance that, should I be able to get my floppy disk into his hard drive, that we could pull out a requisite amount of... Oh, I made it funny. I could pull out a requisite amount of information that would be useful to our mission here.
Yeah, so I had a plan. So it involves distraction, of course. You're going to have to be at the ready with that floppy disk. And so whip it out. And then I'm going to go up there to this computer nerd. And I'm going to take Baby Ruth with me. And we'll get his attention, believe me. And then you work your magic.
Okay, and I'll be in reserve, right? I'll be like a reservist, and just in case those security fellas take any interest in what you're doing, I'll come up and I'll distract them.
Yeah, you tell them who you are, and I don't
have to tell. They'll probably recognize me. I mean,
yeah, I was going to say that's bad advice.
Yeah,
but
I mean, sometimes fans you got to jog their memory before they realize who you are. But you know,
yeah, and that might take
will.
take a while since I never heard of you. But yeah, you look out for anybody, getting too close. And
yeah, that's fine. I'll hang back. I'm gonna just have some more of this bacon, and I'll keep an eye out on the situation. All right.
All right.
Hey, don't screw this up, Baby Ruth. By the way, this is your chance to prove your worth.
Well, I'm just doing whatever Lass tells me.
All you got to do is look pretty, and you're already doing that. Great job. All right, but you were a little bit teary-eyed earlier, so let's wipe those tears. Okay, nobody likes that. We're gonna have put on a nice smile, and let's just go for a walk here. Let's go visit this virgin nerd.
Okay, so you guys start walking. Now, Numbers had been over there sort of chatting with him earlier. And I don't think anybody else has actually talked to him, so I don't think he's not facing your direction, so you're kind of coming up from almost like obliquely, almost from behind him, sort of like a 3/4 angle. And what exactly? Actually, you guys are approaching him. This is kind of a strange question, but I'm curious. Are you just sort of casually strolling over there, or are you sort of walking over there with determination and purpose? Like, how does this look?
I would be, I'm going to put my arm around her waist, and yeah, we're just going to make it, it's not going to be like so fast that people are going to whip their heads and look in that direction. Just kind of walk casually up there.
All right, and as they are doing this, I'm curious what Skip Intro is doing. Just eating his bacon?
I'm eating my bacon, keep my eyes open. Just keep an eye on the security guards and everything else. I'm going to hang back. Can't be a star of every scene, man. So I'm going to hang back, and if something happens, I'll be right there. I'll make a lot of noise, little flash, little balls,
Well, since you specifically mentioned that you were going to be keeping an eye on the guards, I should tell you that as Laz and Baby Ruth, or Shadow, I should say, Shadow and Baby Ruth are sort of casually approaching this, dude furiously typing at his computer. You note that it catches the attention of one of the guards, who then kind of says something. You can't make. I mean, he actually turns to the other guards. So you can't even see his lips to try to read them. But he says something and kind of points in their direction, and the other guard. And then they both are kind of looking over there, and just kind of. They don't get up, or don't do anything, but they're both just kind of glancing over there in the direction of the computer guy, on a pretty regular basis as Shadow and Baby Ruth approach.
Okay, I got a plan, but I'm just going to continue to reconnoiter the situation. But I'm ready to move if I have to. I got my eyes on them.
Okay, and so you guys, and this guy's he's just typing and kind of basically oblivious to you. I mean, you kind of walk out into his field of vision. He's not even acknowledging that you're there. He's just continuing to do whatever he's doing.
All right, I'm going to say, you doing a little work on your computer there?
Yeah. Gotta get this. Got to get all this stuff sorted out for...
Yeah, going...
Yeah, the boss.
Yeah, beep, beep, bop, boop, bop. Is that what you're doing?
What?
You beep, beep, bop, boop, boop on your little keyboard there?
What are you talking about? I'm manipulating data.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get all the stuff sorted out. I got to get this... I got to get shit moved around. It's extremely complicated.
Let me do you a favor. why don't you feast your eyes away from your green screen computer and look at this. Look at a real live flesh and blood female standing right before you. This here's Baby Ruth. What do you think of that, huh? You never seen that in real life, have you?
He kind of looks up at her and he's like, "Hello, ma'am. I have sisters."
Oh, well, I bet you seen your sisters, and I bet you seen your mommy, but you hadn't seen a real woman like this. Yeah, take a look. Take a look. It's okay.
Wait, what is going on?
Well, I'm just trying to help you out there, friend. You know, I saw you looking real lonely, like a real loser, and I just want to tell you, you know, life can get better for you. You just gotta first of all, you just gotta make eye contact, all right? And you use your mouth. You speak words. You know, you don't drool. All right, and you say, "How do you do, ma'am?" And well, why don't we start there?
He just kind of looks confused, and then he gets kind of this look of realization comes across his face, and he looks back and forth between you, and then he goes, "Are you her pimp?"
No, I'm not a pimp. It's just a lovely lady with me, you know. And I just thought I'd do you a favor.
All right. Well, how much is this favor going to cost me?
Well, I'm hoping as this is occurring, maybe that his attention is drawn to them, that Numbers will be, doing his thing, because I don't know how long I can keep this going, but so yeah, I was trying to stall as long as I could, but it's not going to cost you anything. It's a free lesson.
Well, I gotta finish this up here, but as soon as I'm done, I've got a room upstairs.
Okay. Yeah. Why don't we set up a time? We can. You can go meet the lady upstairs in your room and have your first experience.
And I should mention at this point, as soon as he basically realized, I put in air quotes, that what was going on, that you were trying to hook him up with this lady. He thinks he thinks you're still, but he basically has stopped typing and is no longer really paying attention to his little briefcase-sized portable computer. So it might be. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how he's not going to notice, slipping a floppy in.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if there was a way that we could draw him away from where he's sitting currently with the device still there.
Well,
and or toss out the alternative suggestion of letting this seems like nature's trying to take its course right now, and have him isolated in a room that we might be able to do any number of things with his devices and technology.
Okay. Yeah, well, so I don't think it's going to be possible to get him to separate him from his laptop. Again, in quotes, because it's not really something you want to sit on your lap, it would be crushed. But if you're gonna, I think setting an appointment for this rendezvous is probably more likely to be successful, because he's literally he's got to finish this. I mean, without giving it away exactly what he's doing, he really needs to finish this before he can do anything, and he's not just going to get up and leave. So,
I do have an idea, though. maybe he won't leave to like go to his room just or something like that, but I don't know. Maybe he'd go to the bathroom.
We're anticipating this job to take course over an evening, I'm guessing, or a short period of time once we actually get into it.
That is the most likely scenario, yeah. I mean, you just kind of, once you've figured out how you're going to do it and you have started doing it, then it's really just a matter of grabbing everything you can and getting the hell out as fast as you can. Or at least that's kind of what you're assuming.
So what would it matter if there was a guy tied up in a bathtub in his hotel room?
Very, very little.
That seems like something that Shadow might have some experience with. I don't know. Tying up dudes in bathtubs seems to check out. In any application, there,
It was for the mob.
And while all this is going on, and Baby Ruth and Shadow are talking to this guy, the guards are still paying fairly close attention.
Yeah, it would appear as though we will not have a opportunity in this moment, in this setting, with these devices to be able to just go over and hack the computer while everyone's sitting there and watching. So
I mean, you could try it. That'd be tricky.
No, but I think we have a good chance doing it in the hotel room. So yeah, when we set up a time.
Well, I should be done here in a couple hours. I'm in 1208. What do you say, like 7 o'clock?
Okay, 7 o'clock.
And you sure this is a freebie?
Oh yeah, this is for your education. I like helping fellow guys out that are down on their luck, can't get any tail.
All right, well, 7 o'clock tonight, 1208. I should be up there. So,
Okay.
you coming, honey? And she just kind of smiles and nods.
Oh, she's coming. She'll be coming. If you play your cards right.
I'm not even going to touch that. So. That's what he says, and then no. Okay, so you have a plan here. One potential thing, and he goes back at this point to just sort of typing it in behind you.
I will
How those
go back.
How the security, casino security, they pay any extra special attention to that at all? Do they, eyebrows raised or pimp or anything?
No, well, they're far enough away they couldn't
Over
hear
here.
what
Good.
they were talking about anyway.
Good.
They were just keeping an eye on stuff. And given that there wasn't anything super suspicious going on, I mean, they just kept an eye on things.
Good.
But it is, I think, notable, or you would find it potentially notable that, I mean, obviously they don't work here, right? They work. This is a different business,
Right.
They're probably just here like on their lunch break or whatever. They may, in addition to being sort of on break, be down here keeping an eye on this guy also, because his boss is super high rolling guy upstairs. So. Don't want to, so it's possible that they were paying enough attention that it was kind of like,
Doesn't sound like they need my interference at the moment. So
No, they're not doing anything, just watching.
good. I'll save my interfere as security guard spiel for another time.
All right, so
'Cause I'll probably need it at some point. Let's face it.
So Shadow and Baby Ruth return, I guess, to the table here, and there's you got a date, but it's not for a few hours.
Yeah, and I will, of course, tell them we're meeting with Mr. Computer Guy at 7 o'clock, room 1208. He thinks he's gonna get lucky with Baby Ruth here, and instead we're going to have to get a little tricky with them, a little rough, perhaps. But we'll get that computer information somehow.
I believe that if you are able to keep him busy, whether by pleasure or force, for long enough, I can get any amount of information off of his computer about this new Wang that we've heard so much about now.
Yeah, high roller.
Yeah.
He's found a way to beat the system probably with his computer there. These math fellas. Right numbers, this is the way to do it, right? That's the way you hit a casino is with math. Now I don't know math, so
That is one of the potential probable ways to hit a casino.
all right. Now I made an arrangement, let's not forget, with our friend the magician over there. Can't remember his name, Hakamari Nakafora, some kind of, I don't remember. I'm not sensitive enough to remember Asian names. But I'm going to be part of his show. I'm going to be the shill in the audience, right? And that wasn't later tonight, though. That was tomorrow.
That was tomorrow
All
at,
right.
I think, 7:30.
7:30. All right, so I got plenty of time before then. So I do that just for, the heck of it. That's fun. That's showbiz, man.
It's possible that by tomorrow night at 7:30 you'll be long gone, possibly having absconded with a ton of stuff.
Maybe. Well,
knows?
if it all works out. If it all works out. We may need him, though, to, make it disappear for all I know.
Yeah, if we're running away, hopefully it doesn't come to this. If we're running away, we're going to get him to make us disappear or make the money disappear or something. There's got to be
Yeah.
some way we can use this to our advantage. Because I'm not interested in an entertainment. We're here for a job. We got to make this work for us.
You may not be interested in entertainment, but you're the most interesting motherfucker and entertaining fella. I shouldn't say interesting because it's not exactly the same thing. You're entertaining the hell out of me. I'll tell you that
good.
right now. I got to introduce you to some people one of these days.
Oh, I know everybody. I'm connected.
Yeah. Tell you what, you ought to be on Real Life Stories of the Mob someday. They put a voice modulator on you and they backlight you so no one knows it's you. I could arrange that.
I just wanted to tell you, all those people, they're found out. Yeah, it's not anonymous. They're all whacked. Every single one of them, after they do their presentation, they think they're anonymous. They're not. They're
Well, I
getting
left
whacked.
a lot of mean ass messages on old Johnny Sorbo's answering machine. Maybe so we were supposed to get together, tennis, some martinis. He never called me back. I wonder if he did get whacked. Well, maybe you shouldn't be on that show then. I hate for something to happen to your wife and kids.
Now, I'm the one that says things like that. You don't threaten me.
All right, so you got his date
But-
at 7. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is.
If something did happen to my wife and kids, be able to get a good night's sleep, I could say that.
You'd be able to get a good insurance settlement's what you'd get. I know you. I got your number, bro.
I'm not sure. I didn't actually research sort of the length of a Venusian day, etc. But let's say it is roughly equivalent of like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, they probably have they're on Earth Standard Time anyway. I bet. Just keep everything easy.
I mean, the problem with that is it fucks with everything because, without going into
Science.
it's science, but yeah, it's keeping everything on because Earth has obviously a 24-hour day, but on Mars it's 26 or something. Yeah, it's
I spent a few days on Mars. It felt like a month. I'll tell you that right now.
So we have about approximately 5 hours before you need to meet this guy, assuming that is the route that we are going, which it appears that it is. And of course, tomorrow night, the magic show, should that be a thing that we make it to. I have a feeling we may be long gone by then, but we may not. So, what do you want to do for the... I mean, you can just hang out at Mixie's Milk Bar for the next 5 hours, but that doesn't seem like it would be super exciting for any of you.
I assume there's a like a comment. Leave us a comment box, like a feedback card that could be filled out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
So Kyrie would definitely go get one of those cards and give just a brutally honest summary. Not like mean for the sake of being mean. This isn't Yelp or anything like that. But just give like a very brutally like 6.1248 rating for this, that, or whatever, talking about how he had to ask for extra grams of food because they were being cheap. And I believe
his prime rib was 0.0637 degrees short of medium rare.
Correct, right. Centigrade, of course. And the surprising presence of bird poop in the diner after the magician, I believe, let free a dove or something like that. Really, have to get whatever the Venus version of OSHA is on that. But he would take a good 5 to 10 minutes to very fill out a card and leave it in there just for them.
The little Dropbox, okay. Well,
so now we got 4 hours and 45 minutes, fellas.
Priorities, man.
Well, so I don't know what the situation was. Obviously, we picked our, I don't remember what they were labeled as, but we have disguises, or at least we have levels of how well our disguises work. Something like that, right?
It's not even really disguises so much as just like how you're basically dressed, whether you're dressed to blend in as sort of subtle fashion, or I believe Skip intro is rather ostentatiously dressed and kind of noticeable.
An alarming outfit.
Conspicuous, as it were.
Yeah, got some benefits to it, but probably mostly drawbacks, just like most of my career.
And Kyrie, I've referenced his duffel bag numerous times. He actually comes into this with a subtle appearance, and specifically with a good disguise, which I figure would be an electronics or computer contractor sort of jumpsuit outfit, with a concealed item that is a list of today's security codes or passcodes for various different things here at the casino.
Nice.
So if we need to kill some time, he would be certainly fine taking that out of his duffel bag, slipping that on, and seeing if there's any IT rooms or different places that he can sneak off to gather some more intel.
Well, you'd have to kind of go up to the actual casino, I suppose, to...
Which I figure is probably on the short list to scout around up there anyway.
Take a look around. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was assuming that we already had costumes or disguises, and I had an idea for one, but I didn't say that I was wearing it when when we were at the Milfy's Milk Bar or whatever.
Milfy's Milk.
But because I was wearing all black, but what I wanted to wear was a maintenance outfit. That's what he thinks would be best for him, anyways. Although my disguise is suspicious, so it doesn't hold up under close scrutiny.
Right, okay, gotcha. So we have one each of suspicious, alarming, and subtle, I believe. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and then in terms of objects, part of the alarming outfit, I can somehow pull out of my ass one big, item, a bulky item like a rifle or tactical armor, but I can have any reasonable number of small items, and I might not think of that at the time, so feel free to suggest if we ever... And the cool thing about the wildcard character is like all my shit's to be named later. Skills we don't have, surprises, anything like that. So don't forget that, because I probably will. Let's face it, I'll forget. But we could take a walk up and just take a gander around the casino, take a walk through, get a drink, you know, see if we see anything interesting. Maybe we'll see a little security station or something. Give that a test.
Yeah.
If we get messed with by a security guard, I got a foolproof plan. Get them off our backs. Foolproof plan. Don't worry about it. I'll save it.
Yeah, so we can take a look around. We've already done a little recon. Or like I said, at least I have. I know some information. And I was particularly interested in if I'm going to be doing this maintenance routine. Maybe interested in these ducks. Yeah, there's a way into the vault.
Ducks?
Yeah, it's
Now, what the hell do you want with a duck? I mean, I could talk to the magician, but, I mean, maybe I can get a rabbit or a dove, but I don't know about ducks.
I swear to God, if you say one more stupid fucking thing, I'm out of this job. I'm gone.
There's a very high probability he's going to say another dumb fucking thing. So
Yeah,
you might-
I agree with you.
You know, the producer of Foosball with the Stars used to say that to me every goddamn week, but every goddamn week I was right back there. So, you know, I know you like me. I know you do down deep. I know. I can tell you do. You got a soft spot. You got a soft spot for the pretty ones like me and Baby Ruth. I get it.
Yeah, well, okay. So, obviously, I'm talking about DUCTS, ducks. And, there's a way in.
So you just get some duct tape and tie up this guy in the room with the duct tape. That's what you're saying.
We will indeed
No.
likely need some supplies to detain our information.
Well, let's go get some supplies, motherfucker. Ha ha. You see what I did there? All right. Ha ha. Nah, seriously, let's just take a little walk around. We're wasting time now. Let's take a little walk, see what we see.
So, yeah, I mean, where would you like to walk?
Well, let's
I believe up
Find a
to
little-
the casino.
yeah,
right?
they get
Well, you could do that.
yeah.
certainly.
Let's just take a walk around the casino. Just a little walk around, wide-eyed wonder, tours.
I would
Well, you
think
gotta
that, and I would
take-
think that. Sorry to interrupt, but I would think Shadow and Numbers probably want to distance ourselves a little bit from the Mr. Shine, from the alarming, outfitted, very easily to be noticed person. If we're doing just basic recon, maybe have him be 50 feet away, moving around, perhaps even drawing attention to himself so that we can have less attention on ourselves looking at various things.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So you leave the milk bar, and it is situated very near these massive elevator banks that go up to the casino, that kind of surround these conduits that take power and air and whatever. And it's about a half an hour, 45-minute trip up the elevator. They're not super fast. You can all fit in. I mean, you can all, dozens of people. These are big ass elevators. You can all take the same one, and I mean, it's going to be like half an hour. Well, of course, you could all the casino is kind of at the top-ish or near the top. Below that is the kind of hotel, right? And then above the casino would be the sort of docking area. So are you just going straight to the casino? You want to stop at the hotel? I mean, obviously you don't need to be there for several hours assuming you're going to make your appointment with the computer guy. But
Yeah, I think we were just gonna check out the casino for now, to kill some time and just check out the situation.
Yeah, I figure if there's
See-
interesting folks floating around the restaurant, we might see some interesting folks or other things floating around the casino.
There will surely be many an opportunity
Yeah.
to gain further reconnaissance.
Gather up all them levers we might be able to pull later, if you know what I'm saying. But I agree you should stay away from me because it looks bad. I mean, for me to be seen, with y'all. So,
Yeah.
you don't want to be mistaken for my entourage. I know that.
all right, well, you guys hop into one of these elevators and take it up to the casino floor. It does, again, it's quite a journey, and it's pretty boring. I mean, the elevators, they don't have windows or anything. I mean, they're basically just metal with like metal boxes with doors. So it's and there's 25 other people or something in here with you. It's kind of a long, boring ride, slow ride up to the casino floor. You stop at the hotel, and some people get off, and then you rise up some more, ascend some more, and finally the doors open, and it's obviously the casino floor. I mean, the flashing lights of slot machines and noises and bings and bongs, and well, you've probably been in a casino before. I'm sure you're familiar, but it's pretty overstimulating. Sensory stimulation. It's just constant from every direction, noises and lights and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about our friend Numbers here. He's going to be trying to count every bing and bong and every light.
It is indeed potentially overwhelming to my very analytical brain, but I appreciate your concern, Mr. Black Hat, and I will be fine. I will stay on focus. Can you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be laser focused.
What are you guys talking about again?
How many more Baby Ruths do you anticipate picking up while we're on the casino floor?
That's
here?
a good goddamn question.
It was a one-time thing, and like I said, I made an analysis, and it worked out for us, didn't it? I got us some help that we desperately needed, and she's our ticket to the riches. So let's have a look around here. I'm going to look at those ducts. I know one of them goes into the vault, some kind of shaft or something.
Yeah, so let's see. Let me pull up my little thingy. Okay, so yes, there is there are ducts that connect. There's only one that connects directly into the vault, and you would have had a map available at some point during your casing of the joint. The only duct that connects directly to the vault runs from the casino into Theater 2, which is where Hiroyuki Nakamura's magic show takes place, and from Theater 2 up to the vault itself.
Yeah, and it's like freezing cold.
Yes.
Like how cold? Like space cold? Like where someone would die unless they're.
I mean, they're pressurized, obviously, but
temperature wise.
Not. It's not. Yeah, I mean, like you would need to be fairly well insulated, or at the very least have to start becoming concerned, because first of all, these ducts are not something you can traverse quickly, right? You're going to have to go pretty slow, and if you're not sufficiently bundled up, it's not probably going to kill you particularly quickly, but you're very likely to start losing fingers and toes and shit.
Don't touch it with your tongue, because then you're going to get stuck on the duct.
If it comes down to a volunteer, I have a very pardon. I am very good in extreme temperatures. Always have been. I can outsmart them. So I would be willing to climb up this.
Well, that's
duct.
smart.
Wow.
I'll tell you what.
Okay. I did have So I do have an ability to conceal something, and I will like something that is not bulky or anything, but like, and then you, of course, I would be revealing that in play when it's needed. So I have some ideas of what I could use.
Well, you could cover yourself in grease, get through there easier, and that grease will insulate you. Because I had to chase a grease pig once. I did an episode of Celebrity Jackass Sweepstakes, and man, you couldn't. That pig ran into some ductwork, and he just slid right through. So you could always try that.
This is not the first nor the last time you've tried to grease me up. But I'm not sure that I'm going to accept the offer this time or next time.
I'm just saying, the man, doesn't need to be afraid of a little ointment. I look this good because I practice a regular skincare regimen, right? Sometimes fellas like to razz me. They see me rubbing the cream on my face. Takes care of my pores, takes care of my wrinkles. I go out, I do a better performance because I know my skin looks its best. That's all I'm saying. You just slather it on all over.
I'm well aware of your need for many, many medicated ointments for different parts of your body.
Yeah, and I don't have. I'm not aware of any of that, and I don't have the need to know. And so, both of you keep that to yourself.
In any event, when it comes time, if someone needs to be the person to do such things, I will gladly volunteer.
And they let you out into this big, expansive ring of slot machines that start with low, wagers, and as you get further out into the ring, they get more and more expensive, and then the slots end, and then that's where the sort of tables begin, and there's roulette and blackjack and pretty much baccarat, everything you could possibly imagine, and then at the very far, and it's a big ass casino, but it's not so big you can't see all the way to the edges, and ringing the entire sort of edge, outer sort of wall of the casino is just a 360-degree bar that goes all the way around the entire casino, and then behind that is are windows that you can kind of see out, and you can see the surface, well, not the surface, but the atmosphere of Venus and billions of stars, but yeah, it's just a massive bar, and you can see there's at least there's a bunch of people sitting at it, and it looks like there's video poker built into the surface of it, and so people, a bunch of people at slots just pulling the one-armed bandits. You got people sitting at tables playing blackjack and various other games, and then you've got a bunch of people sitting at this bar like all the way around the and it looks like they've got you can't even guess how many bartenders they must have working this huge
Oh, I know somebody who can guess exactly how many bartenders are working at this bar. Yeah.
It would not be a guess. It would be an educated assumption.
Well, before you go making a bunch of educated assumptions, I want to take a look around the room. If there's one thing that I love and it loves me is a camera. And I'm just going to do a scan of the room. I want to see if there's any obvious cameras for one thing. And then I want to see if there's any not so obvious cameras, if I can. And also get a sense of what's the security presence here in terms of both cameras and fellas. Or ladies, whatever.
Well, without even making you make any sort of roll or anything, you can ascertain that there are many cameras, and they aren't even trying to hide them. They're probably more likely to make.
They want us to see them.
They want you to see them, and it's more than you think. It's more likely that there are things that look like cameras that aren't functional as cameras than there are. It's more likely that is a thing than hidden cameras, because these are security, yes, but deterrent, I think.
Got it.
As just as much. So, but yeah, there's just cameras everywhere, and in terms of guards, You don't see a huge presence. It looks like there's probably, now they have uniforms, and of course you saw the guys downstairs wearing them. So they're easy to pick out. But there's really, you only see one for every, I don't know, 6 or 8 tables. I mean, there's not a whole lot of them in the slots area at all. But they're sort of just scattered around. You probably see, I don't know, a couple dozen at the most.
All right.
Is there any particular company or name on those security?
No, they're not contractors. They actually are employees of the casino.
Is there any maintenance workers or janitors or anything around?
No, not that you can see at the moment anyway.
People don't want to see that shit, man. Okay.
Yeah, well, I understand, but
It's all the more reason why no one's going to be looking at you when you're wearing it.
that's right.
I mean, a lot of people ain't going to be looking at you anyway. I mean, no offense. But especially when you're wearing that.
Right, yeah. I'll be like a shadow, just like my name.
I just got that. Okay.
Oh,
Any of
you're
the-
a quick one.
Any of the security or any of the people that are working that we can tell have earpieces, walkie-talkies, any sort of
Yes, they have
communication
walkie-talkies and stun guns, just like the guys downstairs. But nothing not like Secret Service type
Sure.
earpieces or anything. Yeah, that would be way too hi-fi.
All right, fellas. Well, I guess we got a good view of what's happening here. All right, I'm going to get a Brandy Alexander for the next 4 hours, and then I'll meet you guys outside of room 1208.
You do see in the ceiling, there are 2 spots in the ceiling. One is directly above where there are like craps tables, an entire section of people rolling dice on these tables. There, and above that, directly above it, is a massive, well, I say massive, a large duct vent, right? And on the opposite side, equidistant from the opposite edge of the casino, is another one that's sort of directly over the roulette tables that are people, spinning the wheels over there. So one of those presumably heads to the theater and then on to the vault.
How about a high rollers area? One of those around somewhere?
The high limit, there are high limit sections for everything. You just have to pick a game.
Well, I was thinking maybe kind of wandering around those areas, just overhearing, listening, seeing if we can identify. Again, I think the name was New Wang as one of the high rollers of interest that the guy worked for.
Yeah, let's see if he is around, or if you can. Because again, it's such a big place, you never know. But let's see if you can. If you run into him. I got a little thing here. Holy shit!
I'm New Wang?
Well, so yeah, you see, I rolled a 14. You never guess who number 14 is. So, you see this guy. He's playing blackjack. This is like $100,000 a hand, right? And he's just this. He looks very tall from the way he's sitting here, and he's the only guy at this table. I mean, he's the only one, presumably, who wants to bet this much money per hand on blackjack. But he looks like this very sort of tall, lanky guy in like an ill-fitting but expensive suit. It's like he could afford the suit, but didn't bother to pay somebody to make the adjustments so it would fit him correctly. But yeah, Asian guy, and he's just putting out $100,000, and then wait, the cards will come, and he's. I mean, he obviously knows how to play. I mean, he's not like hitting on anything that's really. I mean, you being a numbers guy probably know exactly when to hit, when to stay, when to do whatever. But and it looks like this guy probably does too. He knows how to actually play the game to minimize the house edge. But yeah, he almost just like, I don't know how someone can look absent-minded, but he's just almost absent-mindedly just like he'll like glance at his cards and tap on the table if he wants a hit, or he'll just wave his hand if he wants to say or do whatever. But this is you just have a feeling in your bones that this is Nwang.
Okay. Well, now we know what he looks like, which was the main thing I was trying to. I don't think there's a need to interact with him at this point, but noted. And I would imagine in a high roller or high table, high limit table, it would be quite a faux pas to come up and tap a player on the shoulder, or maybe even against the rules of the casino to be like, it would be in my best estimation that you should split those tens, or whatever the case may be. Probably get you kicked out pretty quick.
It would certainly be frowned upon. Obviously, doing anything that might cause a gambler to stop spending money for any period of time is going to be frowned upon.
I could bring Baby Ruth over there, and she could blow on the dice or whatever and say, for luck.
The blackjack.
whatever they use. She'll do some blowing.
Will she?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm not even going to make it.
Aren't you glad you hooked up with this crew, honey? Yeah.
Oh, so glad, she says sarcastically.
It's going to be worth it. You're going to get all out of debt, and you're going to be set for life. But you're going to have to make some tough, you're going to have to do some stuff that you don't want to do. But nothing real bad. Nothing sexual. I'll say that right now. Nothing, you're not going to have to do nothing sexual unless you want to.
Yeah, that's what the producer of The Hot and the Heartless told me when I got that pool boy job.
Oh, man. All right, well, we've gotten a basic lay of the land of the casino. We've identified Nwang, which that could possibly be useful at some point. We've identified some ducts that one of which should lead eventually to the vault. I don't know that there's a hell of a lot more to really do on the casino floor at the moment. So we could feasibly just fast forward to about 7 p.m.
That's what I say.
I have one other thing that
Sure.
not to delay or whatever our story, but Kyrie would definitely want to note the location of any entrances, doors to back rooms, doors to back hallways, things of that nature. And he would be specifically interested if we could find any sort of a janitor's closet where chemicals, things of that nature might be stored.
Oh, shit.
So on the actual casino floor, there do not appear to be anything resembling that. They're really, I mean, the whole place, the casino floor is literally just a giant casino floor with a giant elevator bank in the middle. There's not even there's not even like columns, right? I mean, it's like this floor to ceiling. There's not even anywhere for doors to be, because it's like from one end to the other end. So it must be like on some other floor, or
Yeah.
Well, maybe they've got some supplies at the hotel. Maybe there's a janitor's closet there.
That would be
is-
likely.
That is what I was thinking. Perhaps we can find the where the maids keep their supplies at the hotel. I have some skill in mixing chemicals, let's say, so that could come in useful.
Okay.
Very well. All right. Well, we were going to the hotel anyway, so
Let's go there. Unless you guys got something to do, I'm gonna take a nap until about 6:15, and I'll come meet you fellas outside room 1208 in case you need me. Unless you got some other big scheme you want to do in the next few minutes.
No. I think we just headed to the janitor's closet at the hotel first.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there,
Go ahead.
every floor of the casino, Jesus, every floor of the hotel does have its own little, janitor maid area with clean sheets and pillowcases and stuff, and cleaning supplies and whatnot. That would be locked and off limits, but I believe you might be able to get around that.
Who?
I think Number said he had access
it depends.
codes or something.
My concealed item as part of my subtle disguise was that I had a list of that day's security codes, passwords, etc., etc. Kind of ambiguous, but if these are rooms that have little passcodes that you keypads to type in to get into, that would make sense. He also has skill in electronics and hacking, so if they're keypad where you have to have a key card or something, he might be able to quickly hotwire his way through that as well.
Yeah, so I'm just imagining kind of a little number pad. You got the access code for today, to get into the sort of maintenance area. I'm just curious, what exactly are you looking for, and what do you?
Two specific things. Any chemicals that he could mix together to create chloroform or a similar type agent, and then anything that he could mix together to make small explosive devices.
Ooh.
Not like nail bombs, but small, more like fireworks, I would say.
Okay, do you have any sort of relevant skill? Because I'm curious. I would be, particularly for the sort of knockout agent, chloroform agent. I'm curious as to whether it's inadvertently going to be so potent that it kills somebody, or is
closest
not
thing
potent enough to do anything.
Yeah, closest thing I have, I would maybe a stretch with. I have a D8 deception, which is probably more lying to people. However, I mean, might stretch that. Maybe there was a peripheral time that Number saw somebody mix something somewhere and has that memory. I also love the idea of it being improperly made, so we have no idea what it does, but he thinks it's chloroform. He also does have specifically explosives as a skill. So that part, I would feel a lot more confident saying he could mix together some, anarchist cookbook or whatever sort of explosive devices.
Improvised explosives.
Yeah.
Nice little flashbang.
Yeah.
I would say, okay, then in that case, I would say for the little fireworky explosive stuff, I would say feel free to make an explosive, whatever you have in explosives, roll that.
And as this is our first foray, however, into rolling dice, I have a D8 in that, so I presume I just roll 1D8 for this system.
Yes, that is correct.
And that would be a 7. Was I looking to roll high or low?
You were looking to roll high,
There we go.
and indeed, so basically, anytime you roll,
What's the name of this system again that we're playing?
it's almost not even a system. It's kind of funny in that way. But it's called 2400.
Who makes this fine system?
This is a man named Jason. I don't know. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. Is Tocci? Tochi?
Tochi.
Yeah.
Mr. Tochi, write us an email and let us know how to say your fucking name.
There you go. There's that shout out we were trying to get around to, Mr.
That's
Tochi.
right.
So that's right.
So anyway, yes, you were trying to roll high, and a 7 is an excellent roll. I would say that whatever it is that you want these to do, they will do exactly what you had hoped. As you do not seem to have a particularly relevant skill for the knockout chloroform type thing, I would say just roll a d6 for that.
Okay.
Here it comes.
That would be it. Oh, I can show you my computer screen, but it is actually a 6.
Okay, well, no, that's great. I mean, it would have been funnier if it were, a 1 or something.
Oh,
but,
I'm 1,000% okay with the narrative that it's not actually what it's supposed to be, or that it's random. That will cause many more fun shenanigans, I imagine, down the road.
Well, it'll be fun. There will be fun shenanigans either way. So I think you do manage to make something that you think will, in addition to obviously your explosives, which are quite successful, you managed to make a concoction that you think would knock somebody out relatively quickly.
And last thing, before we get, I know we're trying to get to the next scene, but any sort of tape, wire, rope, thread, that kind of thing, that might be.
I mean, there's sheets you could just make into sheet ropes, that type. Yeah,
Grab
easy
that.
peasy.
I wanted to clarify whether do I already have my disguise, or is that something I need to get?
Well, if you, that would be up to you. I mean, if you brought it with you, then you can just change it to whatever.
Yeah, because I did have a disguise, and so I wanted to make sure that it was the kind that I want, and although it's still suspicious, so yeah, I think I packed a maintenance outfit, but it's kind of homemade, it's not like the official kind, maybe, or it looks close to what they would use in the casino, but it, if somebody inspected, they would see that some things are off about it. It's not up to code.
It's like it says maintenance on the back in big block letters, except it's spelled wrong or something.
Yeah, something.
It's like Sesame Street maintenance worker or something patch on the front of it. Yeah.
So are you wearing that as you approach room 1208, or are you just dressed in your same clothes?
I think for now I'll just keep what I was wearing, which was all black.
All right. And everybody is going to 1208?
Yeah, I'll hang out outside, though, the whole way, in case there's noise for in there and somebody needs to run interference. I'll hang out outside, Like I say, don't have to be the star of every scene. Plus, God only knows what's going to happen in there.
Numbers would go in.
Yeah.
He likes to watch, so we can say.
All right, so I'm going to say you're all standing outside the room. I'm not sure how you want to approach this, but take it away.
I'll just knock.
All right, well, your computer nerdy friend, I don't remember if he even told you his name.
I didn't even ask.
If he did, I did not note it down. So,
well, in that case, we'll just say he didn't. But he does open the door, and he looks a little bit surprised to see 4 of you. And he says, "I thought it was just going to be you and the lady."
Well, these are my associates. Don't worry about them.
No, I'm a male prostitute. I'm just going to wait outside.
Yeah. These are.
Unless you want me to come inside, if that's what
This lady
you're into.
If you come inside, you better come inside.
Let me tell you something. This lady is a very special lady. That's why we gotta have protection, bodyguards at all times. So they're not gonna bother you. All right. But
You might want some other kind of protection too, because we don't know where this lady's been. To be honest. All right, I'm
I
gonna
know-
shut up. I'm gonna waiting over here.
listen, I know every single person this lady's been in. All right. And now I'm just somebody fucking kill me.
And at this point, Numbers is just gonna like look at the guy and kind of just walk into the room.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he starts reaching for like a phone to call the front desk or security or something.
Okay.
You gonna allow him to do this?
Oh, I'm not. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna use my running to catch up on him. Because I have a D8 in running.
All right. Don't roll a 1 or a 2, or you're gonna fall down.
Okay. I rolled a 9. Oh, wait.
Oh,
wait. That's the wrong dice, obviously.
I was gonna say, I thought you said a D8.
Okay, 7.
All right. Well, you do not trip and fall. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna grab this guy and keep him from calling security?
Yes, yeah.
All right. Well, you tackle him. You tackle him to the ground, and he starts screaming.
Shut
though.
your face!
Help!
Shut your fucking face up!
I will shut his fucking face up. I'll chloroform
Kick him. Okay, chloroform.
with whatever happens here. He's getting my weird chemicals all over his face.
All right. Well, he has started screaming, "Help! Help!" at the top of his lungs, but he's help as you chloroform this rag or whatever. I'm imagining like a washcloth from the laundry closet, and he just he muffles his attempt to scream, and then as he inhales it, it goes kind of just limp and unconscious. But you don't know how much time you have, because ain't no way nobody heard that. I mean, somebody's going to be coming.
I'm right outside the door, just in case.
I'm gonna turn on like the television, and so we could at least have an excuse, like say it was on TV. Turn it up loud.
Drag him. While he's doing that, drag him into the bathroom, tie him up, gag him.
Okay. I'm going to just see how much time you actually have. So you drag him off. So you're dragging him into the bathroom. Skip is keeping watch outside. You don't see anything yet, Skip. You've turned the TV on, Shadow, and you see this laptop sitting on the desk, or laptop, this portable, luggable, sitting on the desk. It appears to be powered off, and the keyboard is sort of attached back to the front of it. I mean, you could just grab it and run.
Yeah, I mean, instead of just like turning it on and then putting in the floppy disk and waiting for it to download all the data, it might be better to just grab the thing. But we might need him to like open up to put in a password or something. We don't know. So I'm going to turn it on in case, just to see if there is a password that is needed to even start it, or anything.
Also try to see if you can find a program on the television that is of high excitement or action.
Yeah, I'll flip through the channels. While it's loading, I will flip through the channels, see if there's some action movie with a damsel or a man in distress screaming.
All right, well, you pop the keyboard off the front of the thing, revealing the little green phosphor CRT monitor thing, and you flip this big orange switch in the back, and it's the fans spin up, and it beep, and it starts. You see this little number starts going up from 0 and then increasing, and it's just like you don't know where it's going to stop. And you're doing that. You're like flipping through the channels. You find some little action movie, and this number continues increasing, and then it stops at 1024, and then it goes off, and then the this little logo screen comes on. It says Maris Microcomputer, and then it's, ready and loading, and you hear things swirling around, and then you see some fast-walking security people coming down the hallway of the hotel.
I'm gonna start clapping. Congratulations. That was less than 3 minutes, my friends. Good job, good job. How you boys doing? I'm Skip Intro. I'm an executive producer on RLS OCS. You familiar? Real life stories of casino security. We just had a friend crank up the TV real loud in there. I'm glad they sent you guys, because you got great teeth. And you, my friend, that's a good haircut, and you fill out these uniforms really interestingly. Just wanted to see how long it'd take you fellas to get up here, because we're looking for a couple of stalwarts to be on our next episode. That's why I'm here, just doing a little research. What do you boys think about that? Something we should have a drink and talk about later?
And you were going to be tased. So he just they're just running. I mean, they're not running, but they're like speed walking, and you're like, hey, bro, and just like trying to fast talk him, and he just jams this stun gun right into your gut. And you're like,
I'm trying to make you into a star. Oh, God.
And these two guys burst into the room where you are still booting this slow computer, and I'm guessing Numbers is still in the bathroom tying up the computer guy.
Yep.
And I think we're gonna have to leave it there for
If
right
that's
now
not a cliffhanger, I don't know what is.
see what happens next time. This is not at all what I was expecting, but it never is. So.
Fine, you don't get to be on RLS OCS.
Hey everyone, if you like this podcast, consider leaving us a good rating and/or review, and subscribe to us wherever you can. We've got a YouTube channel and a Discord server, as well as merchandise available at TeePublic. Find our website at gooniesworldpodcast.com. Email us at gooniesworldpodcast@gmail.com. You can find all those links and more at linktree/gooniesworld. Thanks for listening.